Hey, welcome back. Thanks for watching. Today is March 31st, 2025. And 2 years ago today, 2023, we had a EF3 tornado cut all through the county, from the one end to the other. It was on the ground for about 40 miles. It crossed the Wabash River and went over to Sullivan, Indiana. And sadly, 6 people were claimed killed in that tornado. But I'm just out here kind of looking things over, just kind of going to take some video of just some of the damage that is still evident today, especially in nature. There have been a lot of houses rebuilt. There are still some that are still being rebuilt, but for the most part, what you see is the evidence of is the way the trees are still tore up. There are still some houses that were never rebuilt, and just kind of see the blocks and some of the trash that was kind of left behind. But I'm not going to show anybody's personal property or anything, but just out here in the middle of where the line, where the tornado went through, just going to take some pictures of some of the trees and how they are still affected even 2 years later. But this is the biggest tornado that our county's ever seen. We've had a few through the decades, just here and there, maybe one every 3 or 4 or 5 years, one that maybe don't even touch the ground. But this one here was, like I said, it went through the entire length of the county and across the river. Like I said, 40 miles it was on the ground. Got up to about 0.6 of a mile wide in some areas, according to the Weather Service. But just a memorable night, just a lot of, memories that come back driving through the county. Typically when we go to church, or basically when we go anywhere south of where we live, south of town, you can see the evidence of where the tornado was. And it's even recorded, and you can see it on the Google satellite imagery on the Google Maps where the line went. So again, just something that I'm out here just kind of reminiscing about, just kind of thinking about that day, and obviously the 6 people that died. I think there were 8 or so that were injured, and but again 6. That's 3 in our county, and then 3 in Sullivan County, I believe, that got killed in this storm. So anyway, I'll take some pictures and I'll stitch this all together and make a video, and hopefully have it posted later on today. But anyway, it is kind of hard to tell from this vantage point, but the trees are still tore up through there. You can see the line of maybe see the line where the tornado went, and then we've got these trees here that are still obviously damaged and tore up. But this is just a small sampling of the damage that's throughout the whole county still 2 years later. All right, I'm on the west side of Palestine, and these are the buildings at the airport. So the tornado, it's kind of hard to see with this pile of lime here, but the tornado came from the southwest to the northeast here and came right through the airport here, and essentially wiped out all these buildings. So all these buildings are new, and as you can see, they're still building one, putting it up right now. Cut through this field, and then I don't know if you can see, I don't know how well it'll show, but the trees that are all tore up still there to the east of the airport. And it just went on, that over yonder is the Marin power plant, and it went just south of that towards Sullivan, Indiana. So anyway, like I said, it was on the ground for 40 miles or so. And this is, again, looking toward Robinson. There's the refinery. And I can see from here, I don't know how well it'll see on the camera, but you can still just see the line that the tornado cut through as it came this way. But all these buildings at the airport are new because all of them, the old ones, were all blown away in the storm. So anyway, that concludes that. I'll put this all together, and hopefully you will consider, what nature can do, and just how powerful a tornado is. So the tornado was about 2.5 miles from my house. I was outside. Obviously, a good Midwestern man, stands outside to watch the storm come through. And I didn't know it at the time that a tornado was coming through, but as I stood in my front lawn, just kind of watching, it rained, but it wasn't really that heavy at my house. But you could definitely hear a different sound than I've ever really heard before. And you know how people will say that it sounds like a freight train coming through. And now that I've thought about it and know that it was a tornado, that's about what it sounded like. Even though it was 2.5 miles or so from my house, when I was outside, you could hear a distinct rumbling freight train type noise. And little did I know at that time, that it was actually a tornado coming through, and the damage and stuff that it was doing. So it really, again, it's just something that you think about every time you drive through town, because you see remnants of the damage that it was had. So yeah, in closing, I want to come back and just say, I could have took a lot more pictures and video, but I didn't want to take pictures or video of anyone's personal property, the new homes that have been built or the homes that are still in disrepair. That's not proper. But I hope you get the gist of the damage that was been done. And, I know that Robinson's not the only town that's ever had a tornado, but it's the only tornado that I've been involved in, really, with the damage this widespread. So it does kind of have a marker in your life, March 31st, just being a day that I don't think we'll ever forget, especially, in this short of a time frame. Maybe 10, 20 years from now, we'll forget about it. But as long as we see the remnants of the damage, we're reminded of it every time that we drive through there. So it's just something that's on my mind. I wanted to share today. And I hope we don't have to go through that again. And I know that there are people and places that get hit often, it seems like. And, I think about people that live in Oklahoma. I don't know how they seem to just come back, but it just seems like every time you turn around, there's a tornado either in Oklahoma or Mississippi. And I don't know why that is, but around here, they're very, very rare. And that being said, this is just one that's a marker in our lives. So anyway, I'm rambling now, but I just wanted to have a closing thought about it. I didn't want to take pictures and video of anyone's personal space. And with that, I'll close. I'll say God bless. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.